And I think that's scary to say, like, to every single person, you have to have a mission. Not everyone has a mission. There are a lot of young people who want to create YouTube channels because they see people they look up to living the life they want to have, being paid to do something that they love. And that's a natural inclination. And I think the rules of how somebody's going to be successful in the 21st century is going to look very different than the way it looked in the 20th century. The 20th century was dominated by left brain thinkers, people that are more analytical, logical, engineers, computer scientists, and to a degree, they're still going to run and rule the world in the 21st century. But now we're starting to see right brain thinkers play a much more important role in shaping experiences. And I don't know if you know this, but it seems like we're moving towards a dematerialized culture, that we spend more money for fewer physical things. If you think about your CD or LP collection of music, that's going away. Now we're totally comfortable with this idea of having our music in the cloud, and it travels with us everywhere we go. Like, I literally have hundreds of CDs that I purchased, mostly because I love music and I like to support the artist behind it. But even me, kind of as an older person, have come to grips with a dematerialized culture. Here's another trend: artwork and physical representations of artwork. That whole idea is changing with NFTs, non-fungible token. So a friend of ours, Mike Winkleman, aka Beeple, sold his digital painting, what people refer to in a derogatory way as a JPEG, glorified JPEG, for $69.3 million at Christie's, the third highest auction for a living artist, the first ever for a digital piece of work.
I'm going to Disney World!
You kind of have to think, like, what is happening to culture and society? We're using also digital currencies like Ethereum and Bitcoin and Dogecoin and Zcash. So that's where we're moving, and we're going to need creative people to create these things, these experiences. Jordan Peterson describes it as yearning for a transcendent experience, and that's what we're willing to pay for. Like, when you stand in the Sistine Chapel, you acknowledge the artistry, the artisans who built this thing, it elevates you. And that's why we go to museums and we go to, like, beautiful gardens, because we want to experience things. I think that's where this is going. And now get back to YouTube for a second. So these young people see that there are creators out there who are doing what they love, making a living doing it, and they want that. I don't think they need to have a mission. And I think that's scary to say, like, to every single person, you have to have a mission. Not everyone has a mission. Your desire, your impulses just could be to create, to learn your craft, to get experience making content, and that's totally okay. Because if you put that weight on your shoulders, well, who in their right mind would take that first step? And we need more people to take that first step, because that first step leads to the next step, which leads to the next step. And one day you wake up and you realize you are now where you are relative to the people you used to admire. You're exactly in their spot looking back. And so I think it's okay to start, to figure it out as you go. Eventually figure it out though, because that's where you will hit success if you figure it out. And maybe along the way you'll find your mission, a higher purpose, a calling, if you will, something you do beyond trying to make money. And there's another thing too that I heard Simon Sinek say this in one of his talks. He said, like, people are feeling a lot of pressure to find a mission, to do something much bigger than them. And it's a lot for young people to process. So you don't need to have your own mission. You can find a mission you believe in and apply your talents and your energy to support that. It doesn't have to be yours.